Welcome back to another Saturday night. This one will be a little bit different than my normal chain of events. Let's see here. Live chat. Okay. I threw these up there. I'm going to see if maybe I got a coffee somewhere because I can't eat food right now. But still wanted to hang out with you guys tonight. This thing. Yeah, anyway. What's going on, Erie Eric? Jeff, what's up, Jeff Sr.? Jeff SR. It's a big R, though. Sparrow, howdy. Um, yeah, tonight I think I'm just going to hit the couple vintage smokes and try to find a decent cup of coffee, maybe a hot cocoa. I've got to have something laying around here, and I'm going to go through some of this stuff just because why not? I don't have anything else to do. I just kind of wanted to come and chat with you guys. Hey, Miss Marilyn, thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Let me turn this. Yeah, I'll leave it where it's at. I don't need to research anything per se right now. Man, I cannot wait to have a change of scenery and actually get like a computer system set up, because not only will I be able to like do some videos, which I can't focus on those as much as what I'd like to right now, but I would love to be able to share content with you guys that I don't know, that I've discovered online or something like that. Something I can click over, we can watch part of the videos live, and I can comment on it, and we can talk about whatever it may be. About Hawaiian coffees. Never heard that before, actually. That's the first time. You mean like coffee that was grown in Hawaii? I assume some sort of a tropical environment. I'll tell you what I do have is I've got this Black Rifle that Blindside actually gave me. These coffee bags right here. It's supposed to be some of the strongest. This particular coffee is supposed to be some of the strongest coffee you could get at the time. Which this is probably getting on to be a couple years old now. Best by date was January 17th of 22. So we're a year and a half past the best by date on this coffee. So yeah, this coffee's got to be at least a couple years old. I don't know how long. I can't remember how long I've had it, but it would definitely help the quality of your videos if you get a proper. Yeah. I've got to do a lot of stuff. Getting out of this house is really what my main goals have been, and getting a business started. Those two things have been really moved to the top of my priority list. I've got two ways that I can go here, and I've been talking to a couple people that could make this happen. But talking about tearing my old garage is an old cinder block built, flat roof. Well, it's not exactly flat. It's got a very slight angle to it. But it was, I'd venture to say it was built by someone who was not a carpenter. Now, the concrete pad that is in there used to have a tire machine mounted in there. There's a old school hydraulic car lift that comes, the hydraulic. Wow, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah. Anyways, the hydraulics come up out of the floor, and it lifts from the center, and it's got four arms that come out from it. It's an old car lift, but it's a cool car lift if I could ever get it to work. But anyway, thinking about tearing that garage down, doubling the size of the concrete pad. Right now, that concrete pad, I would say, is 32 by 32. Factoring in the block, because inside diameter, I do believe, is 30 by 30. It seems bigger than that, though. Maybe that is all it is. But anyway, I want to tear it down, double the concrete pad size, which would make it 30 by 60, which is still not very big. Huh. That would only be 1,800 square feet, which double that. But doing a 4-bay garage with living quarters upstairs and then gutting this house and redoing everything here. Like, all the wiring's got to come out. It's a whole complete start over, more or less. I mean, framing can stay. I see a super chat from LC. Hey, howdy y'all. Happy birthday to the greatest smoke show on YouTube. Another 5 hours and 40 minutes. What's happening? Before I say goodbye to my current age. Oh, wait. We almost have the same birthday, it sounds like. Hope your birthday has been and is amazing. Sending love from Canada and Liz and the kids. Well, thank you guys so much. You really, really didn't have to do that. Wow. Thank you so much for the super chat, LC. I gotta apologize for not doing the 4 Fingers of Death. I had a plan to do that with the different styles. We was going to do 4 different styles of just going to build them out like hot dogs. West Virginia style, what I prefer, and then the 2 that Liz suggested. But yeah, that'll have to wait till next week because I am not currently eating. Hey, BTemple's here. What's up, man? The school year finally ended. Summer can now begin. Yeah, what are we? 3 days past the official. I think it's the 21st, right? I think I've seen that on the calendar. I think it's always been the 21st. I was thinking that a couple weeks ago. I was like, we got to be getting close to the. And what I was thinking was the longest day of the year, which is the beginning of summer. I believe that is the longest day of the year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong about that. It seems like that's the case, though. And I've got all these boxes and stuff here to, I don't know half of what I've even got set in right here. And this is all what I would call newer inventory. This is all stuff that I've gotten this year because, well, almost all of it's stuff I've gotten this year. Maybe not. About half of it. And the other half was stuff that I already had here. But Amber went through at Christmas time and moved a bunch of stuff around, and I haven't seen a bunch of my stuff since then. Weather's been garbage here in June so far, but today hit 28 and humid. So the first hot day of the year. Oh, well, you're pretty north compared to us. But we've been hot here for probably... I remember thinking in April that it was unusually cool the whole month of April, except maybe a couple days. There might have been a couple warm days in there. But we had a pretty cool April. And then I think, if I remember right, I think as soon as we rolled into May, it really started warming up and heating up. Like, it's pretty normal. Honestly, the only thing I would mention season-wise that's been a little bit different here is we don't get the massive amounts of snow that we used to get. We used to get, I mean, when I was a kid, I would say 2 to 3 times a year, maybe a little more, we would get well over a foot of snow that stayed on the ground for a while. We had blizzards, not regularly, but we had a few blizzards whenever I was a kid where we ended up getting like 3 feet of snow in certain, well, here where we're in this area. Erie Eric says no snow where he lives. I blame global warming. I think that's probably part of it. I mean, I think there is definitely some sort of effect. There has to be humans on the planet. And then I think that the planet also is going through some natural changes that it probably was going to go through regardless, and shifting. So in areas that it used to be super cold, it's a little warmer now. Areas that used to be super hot, it's a little cooler now in times of the year that it wouldn't have normally been cool. So I think there's a little bit of a tilt or something happening that's happened over the past 20 years, something going on. Hey, Dan says, Trucker LC Smokey, all with birthdays within a few days. Something about this time of year producing exceptional people. Well, thank you for that extremely kind super chat, Dan. Dan over in Australia. That reminds me, I thought about this a little bit ago. If anybody happens to watch this, rewatch this, whatever, I have a CR1M. I do not have it on hand, but we're going to sell a CR1M that belongs to Dan. And I told him I would do this a long time ago, and we were going to spread it out, which we did. And one of the CR1Ms that he sent over, and one of the PR1M that he did send over, the first one, we auctioned off. That went to Miss Renee through the winter. So huge thanks to Dan for that huge contribution, because I think that ended up raising, I would say roughly between the two, like 600, 650, something like that. But thank you so much for that super chat, man. There's actually, I want to say total, I think we have like 6 or 7 birthdays within a week of, I know, my birthday. I think there was, somebody's was on the 22nd, and then I remember someone's being on the 27th, and I think Shockers is coming up soon. I could be totally off about that, but I think Shocker 71. Let me check my calendar here real quick. I think his is coming up. I've actually never checked my calendar. It always pops up in a notification after I add it. Let's see. Where do I even find it at? Oh, there it is. Let's see. Maybe I haven't put it in here yet. Wait, no. Yes, here it is. Right here. Shocker. On the 27th. So I think that Shockers actually is... Yeah, because I put a reminder a week out on Shockers, and his actual birthday is on the 27th. So Shockers is on the 27th. Canadian Trucker, CT, is on Monday, the 26th. I think LC's is on the 25th. So we got mine the 24th, LC 25th, Trucker 26th, and Shocker 27th. And then there was a couple other people that are usually in the chat that whose birthdays were right here. I think somebody's was on the 22nd. I cannot remember. Oh, there's a super chat from LC. Says, don't worry about the wieners, man. Perhaps we can do it in 2 weeks, as next week I'm out. That's perfect. Actually, really, I was, to be 100% honest, I was going to change around the 4 Fingers of Death and push it back and do like a birthday splurge, and just kind of, I was going to have one of those Polish meals today, but that's not going to happen. Unfortunately, I can't just eat anything that I want right now. Literally, I can't eat anything that I want. But thank you again for that super chat, that second super chat. So 2 weeks out sounds like that's probably going to work out really good. And depending on how this week goes, next Saturday, I might just kind of do a kind of a splurge meal and do something that I wouldn't usually do or typically do something that's a little more on the rare side, something, or just I want to do something that I actually want to eat, and it's, I don't know if it'll be fresh or not. We'll see. I might dig out a corned beef hash that I got stashed away somewhere. I think I have at least one left. I know I sent one that was in what I could tell from the other ones out of the cases, because it would come from like a big group. I sent one to LA Beast. He has not gotten to it yet. I don't know if he ever will. And I sent one to Emmy Made in Japan. The one that I tracked down for Emmy Made in Japan, actually no. The one I sent her is a 1993, I believe, that came out of my cases that are marked that were in a freezer for 6 years. A military establishment had them in a freezer for at least 6 years. So kind of a weird way for MREs to start out to stay in a freezer for that long. But the boxes do have some stamping and text on them that indicate that they were stored in cold storage for up to 6 years, at least 6 years. Does the person you did your History Channel show have a YouTube channel or something? Yeah. Yep. Used to be just Josh McCouga, and then it changed to what did he change it to? It was like a panel of 4 of them, and they dissolved that at least a couple years ago. And I asked Josh the other day, like last weekend, what he was doing, and I don't think he never did respond to me. Let me see if I can pull up and see what he's got going on, if anything. Actually, let me make a real quick post to copy. Do a real quick post. Sorry, guys, I didn't even think about doing this earlier. My stomach's been growling. I'm a little bit hungry. Not too bad. I've been drinking a lot of water, trying to fill myself up. I need to get some sparkling water. I've heard that kind of makes you feel a little more full. I'm not a big fan of that sound effect there. I don't really have a good thumbnail. I'll just use an old one. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can find Josh's channel. I mean, I know I'm subscribed to it. Okay. Streamed 11 days ago. The Josh McCouga Show. The return of TV talk. That's something, looks like he's just kind of gotten started. Oh, here he is 12 years ago on the Laugh Factory. I've never actually watched this before. Cool. Huh. He used to be on Collider a lot, but I think he's, well, he might have went back to Collider, actually. I don't know if he went back to him or not. I don't think he did. Let's see. Yeah, that doesn't even look like him. Cool. Yeah, I didn't see this Laugh Factory stuff before. I've searched his older content before. He's in an old movie. That's pretty funny, too. Anyway, yep, he does have a channel. I'm going to have to watch some of his content and see what he's got going on. So, let's do something that I've been wanting to do for a while, because whenever I got these, I opened them on a live stream, I put them back in the box, and I have not seen them, looked at them, anything ever since then. And you know what, before we do that, let me find something to drink. Got a strawberry dairy shake here. I got a apple cider. I want coffee or something along those lines, though. Where to find it at? Probably. I don't know if I took the one out of here or not. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. can't remember what cigarettes were in this either. Oh, Marlboros. I think I was careful. Yeah. Yeah, those are all empty. Ah, that smells so good though. So if you guys haven't checked out Trucker's video that he released today, he did a 1982 MRE that was actually older than both of us by a few months. So it's 41 years and like 3 months, 2-3 months. Most of the items in there were early January. Well, they were January, February, and I seen some March. I can't remember if there was anything past a March date. Anyway, that's one of, if not the first time I've seen him eat an older ration like that. It's a great video. I highly suggest you guys go check it out. He did the, it was the 1980 stew, 80 stew, beef stew, 1982 beef stew. The freeze-dried fruit did not make it, which is very, very common for the first era. Brown bags, I don't know, they just didn't have that vacuum packaging down pat yet. There are sometimes you'll find them and they're not vacuum packed and you open them up and they're still edible. It's rare, but it does happen. And the one he had was actually probably still edible. It just gotten a slight amount of moisture, but it would have been like sticky candy, really, like more like a taffy almost when you put it in your mouth and chew on it. But it probably wouldn't have tasted horrible. Probably wouldn't have tasted great, but it probably wouldn't have tasted horrible. And really, with the fruit like that, unless it's got something growing on it or looking really weird or the pouch was bloated, yeah, I would at least probably try to taste that because it might taste okay. All right. Gotta find a coffee. I mean, I do have I think it's I was wanting to find a cocoa beverage powder or something. I'm pretty sure I've got some somewhere. If nothing else, I've got that. If nothing else. And I think I got some Russian stuff somewhere too. The Russian coffee is actually pretty good. Let me see if I can find a hazelnut or, I don't know, something. What I would have done with them. For one thing, I have got so many drinks and stuff packed in here. It's unreal. So many. Okay, that's an open accessory packet. Iced tea. What the heck? Weird. Don't know how that got in there. Okay. Nothing there. And nothing there either. dang it. I don't know. Maybe we'll come across something. In the meantime, just going to do a cup of coffee. Well, there's another iced tea. There's a sugar. Oh, look at that. And there's a whitener. That's out of an old IMP. That is out of an old one, right? 04/2004, looks like. 337th day. What else do I got right here? Got an apple cider. Cool. Oh, I got a Polish drink here too that I forgot about. I opened it up and it was the same as the other one or something, so I saved it. Raspberry tea. All right, let me go heat some water up real quick, and then we'll go through some of this stuff, just for the heck of it. How much water is that? It's pretty much a cup. All right, be right back. Tell you what, I can't remember how much water this tea takes. I think it's more than 8 ounces though. I'm gonna put some in here. Let's see. Alright, about half the pouch. I don't know if that'll be enough or not. It doesn't like to dissolve, that's for sure. You kind of got to put it in there and leave it set. Wish I had a cocoa beverage powder handy is what I wish. Go along with that coffee. Should have some in there in my pantry. I'm sure I've got some military ones somewhere, but it's hard to tell where I put them. Alright. Let that set for a minute. Get the cup ready here. Grab some sugar and milk. Alright, there's the water, put some sugar in here, cover the bottom so you can see the coffee. I'd use that other one. Check that other one. Alright. Coffee Instant Type 2. Spray dried. It's good stuff. I'm sure I got a couple more of these somewhere too. It's hard to freaking tell. There it is, nice fine powder. There we go. And give it the water. Let me go see if I can find that cocoa beverage powder. I think I got one in the door in here, easy access. If I don't, then I won't spend time looking for it. Alright, cool. I did have one handy. And it's one of the, I don't know if you guys have seen these, but that's got the Lucky Charms marshmallows. Pretty awesome, because you get the package of Lucky. Oh, cool. I just accidentally opened it. Oh well. I just save the marshmallows usually and add them to cereal. And this is not my favorite hot chocolate, but I like the Nestle stuff. This, the only reason I bought it is because it came with the marshmallows. So let me ruin my coffee real quick. It's no longer coffee. Yeah, Swiss Miss is kind of I don't know, kind of bland and kind of it's just, I don't know, not as good as the Nestle stuff. All right. Looks like that actually dissolved. Cool. I think this is probably too hot to consume, but I will give it a try. Oh, ow. Wow. It's very chocolatey, but it's extremely hot. Yeah, it burnt my tongue. Yep, for now it's too hot to drink. Alright, now, on to this that I've been wanting to check out for a while. And it's not just that. Like, I want to ask you guys basically what would be the best case scenario to do with this. Alright, let me pull it up here. It's been, I don't know, a year and a half at least since I've seen this. Alright. Shit. Okay. that. Okay. There's this one. I'll set it right there. I'm gonna move the box, make it a little easier. All right. This one I taped. Huh. Now both of these sound really, really good. They're museum quality. And I have the water, the matching water. It's right here as well to go along with this. I guess I can unwrap it too. Why not? Why not? May as well. This is a rarity. I mean, there's been a couple of them pop up here recently, but they're not common. The water's to be intact. I don't know if I've dented it more or if all those dents came that way. This one in particular, right there, packed 6/29, 1945. And puncture here and puncture here. And then you've got a corner seam of all places for a water jug, which is kind of odd. I'm surprised they didn't go with the straight line flat area for the seam, but they did not. This is the better looking side. It's got a little bit of a issue right there on the E, which sucks, but a little scuffing on the sides. But these things were either put somewhere and forgotten about, or they were lovingly cared for and probably either on someone's shelf or in a museum, because they are in that kind of condition. I mean, look at that. This thing looks like it did back in 1945 when they got handed out, or when they got put into lifeboats, or wherever they would have ended up. This one, November 14th, 1944. So definitely during some peak conflict times right there. Now, these are also a matching set. The Chemical Service Company, and I got these at separate times. I didn't like buy them at the exact same time. Had I not won this one, the set would have been broken up forever. You know, they'd have never found their way back to each other. So it's cool that I got to keep them together. It definitely cost me, if I remember right, to keep them together, but it was worth it. It was worth it to keep them together, and it's worth it to have them now. And well, listen, that is a good sound. It feels and sounds solid whenever I move it around. There's the seam side right there. Seam looks freaking amazing. There's the bottom. No rust or anything on the bottom. Usually when you get one of these, it'll have rust on the bottom because they set somewhere, and moisture will either collect on the outside and kind of, you know, run down the side of the tin and collect at the bottom, especially around these lips, and they will rust. That's very, very typical. It doesn't always compromise them. It just, they get a little bubble up of rust on that bottom seam. And then we've got this one. Move this one over here. This one right here. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen these. This one does have a significant dent in it right there. But again, it sounds really good. It's got a little dent in it right there. Ah, that one just kind of popped out, actually. So let me clean the camera real quick. Looks like it's a little dirty. There. Maybe that'll be better. There we go. Farm Fresh Packing Corporation, Hightstown, New Jersey. It's got 14 ounces of crackers in it, 7 ounces of chocolate, and 7 ounces of malted milk. So 7 ounces of chocolate's probably either going to be 4 2-ounce bars, or it's going to be 7 1-ounce bars, or it could be 6 full bars and a half a bar. I have seen them cut them in half, but that's usually in the later rations. This one is, I thought this had a date on it. I guess it doesn't have a date on it. I can't remember when this one was manufactured either. I can't remember if it's 50s or 70s. It's one or the other. But yeah, no, I haven't seen these things in a long time. And I've been racking my brain like, what the heck is on my spider crawling on me? I don't know where the best place to take these to, or just that one, whatever, and review them. I want to take these on a location somewhere. And I was thinking about trying to get into, there's an old military boat that goes up and down the Ohio River here. And I happen to know the pilot that ran that boat for years. Now, he isn't running it anymore, but he does actually go out and ride on it whenever they go up and down the river. They do it every year. And he was telling me that he could probably get me on there and into one of their lifeboats. So I could get on there, and I think they're tarps over the top. I could actually get on there, get underneath the tarp, and film these. That's one idea. I mean, another idea would be going to, I don't know, somewhere like Hawaii and having them there, you know. Something along those lines, because these are museum quality rations. And if I'm going to open them, I want it to be worthy of me opening them. But those are the only two ideas that I've kind of came up with. So if anybody else has a better idea, or an idea in general, it doesn't have to be a better one, just bouncing ideas off might inspire another idea. If you can get on the boat, maybe you can try to get into a veterans farm, you know, where all the old war dogs go to get a drink, or maybe an old military museum. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could get into a museum without much trouble. And yeah, well, I'll tell you one place I'd like to go is the Dragon Man's out in Colorado. I'd love to go out there and sit down in one of his scenes that he's got set up out there. He's got World War II scenes set up. He's got tons of mannequins and donated uniforms of mainly a lot of folks, I think, that have passed away. Their families send their uniforms to him. Whew. Yeah. That Swiss Miss stuff just tastes like sugar mainly. And if I would have known for sure that I was going to put that hot cocoa in here, I wouldn't have added sugar to the cup. Maybe the Dragon Guy would be willing to eat some of the food. I doubt it, but I mean, that would be cool. That would be cool. They was actually giving him his own show, and I heard it was going to be on. I thought I heard it was going to be on History Channel. It might have been Discovery or Travel Channel. I'm not sure. It seems like it was History though. But they filmed the whole show, and then something tragic happened on the last day of filming, and they ended up scrapping the show because of what happened. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, I mean, you can easily Google what happened to the Dragon Man's TV show, or why didn't the Dragon Man get his TV show, whatever. It's a horrible, horrible story. That is pretty darn good. Anyway, I've been wanting to get them out, seeing if we could draw some inspiration here from any of you folks in the chat, or even myself by looking at them again. Let me flip the camera around. I can't stand directly in front of it because of the box that's in the floor, but let me read through the chat here. Had barbecue sauce with the scorpion. Had barbecue sauce with the scorpion. What? Maybe History Savior could take you on a trip with him when he visits a ship. Oh yeah, that's right. History Savior does have access to a I can't remember which ship it is. It's down in Alabama, I do believe, or maybe it's Georgia, somewhere down there. He's got access to, I believe it's an actual carrier. So it's one of the great big old ships that they've retired, more or less. And that would be pretty cool to get on there. They have a nice, the one that he can get access to, I watched a video on his channel. It's like broke up into 2 parts, I think. It's about 40 minutes total between the 2 videos, 45 minutes, maybe 50. Highly recommend going and checking it out, because when he gets down to like the commissary area, he starts going around and they have like old vintage stuff behind glass, and then they have the actual old commissary. They actually have it set up with replica old boxes of like shaving cream and stuff like that. It's really cool. Really, really, really cool that they even took the time to do that. I ate some scorpions, and LC was asking how it was. Oh, where's the general? Well, I didn't really know what I was doing tonight, LC. So I didn't want to get a bunch of stuff out on the table and end up, I don't know what I'm doing. So, and I'm not going to be doing it for very long. So, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I planned on doing like maybe an hour and a half at the most. So, as of right now, nothing good, but I am going to be having one of these alphas that came, well, these are Italian, but Delicious from Poland actually sent these to me. They've been interesting. The first one that I had tasted completely different from the second one that I had, and I'm wondering if I'll have that same experience tonight. I don't know. And then I'll also have either a Marlboro, because I don't know what happened to my Camels, man. I had that pack of MCI Camels, and I have no clue what I did with that after that. I opened it on a live stream. That's the last time I remember seeing it, and I was like, cool, I've never gotten it. That was the first pack of Camels, little Camels, that I'd ever gotten. I've gotten big Camels, or 20 packs, regular size, non-filter. I had a pack of 51s, and I had a pack of, what year was it? I had a pack of Chesterfields, had a pack of Camels, had a pack of Lucky Strike. But I can't remember. One was 51. Well, I think one was 57 out of a RCI. Had the full 20 pack. Kaylin says, I'll be live at my usual time tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, come to her live stream. CT says, I can't wait. Going to eat so much New York City pizza that week. Where are you going, CT? USS Intrepid. Oh, yeah, that's the one that's tied up in New York, right? I'm pretty sure. Irish Sakura. Kalen says that was a nice look at that carrier. Yeah, he did do a nice walkthrough of that in like I think it was like the middle of the night that he done it. Oh, I missed a super chat up here somewhere. It looks like. Nope, I got that one. I got that one from LC. Oh, Iris Sakura, thank you for the super chat. Have you ever tried the replica? Yes, I have. And what I can say about the reproductions is sometimes the reproductions are old. If you can trace the origin of when it was actually put together, I don't know if you're asking if like somebody wants to try one. This is kind of where my explanation's coming from. If you'd ever want to get a hold of one and try it, there are some really good ones out there, and there are some really bad ones out there. The bad ones are, when I say bad, they're just poorly done. The print's all wrong, the font's all wrong, a lot of the packaging's wrong. A lot of even the outer packaging. I don't know how you can get that wrong. There's so many examples of source material. How can you get that part wrong? I don't know, but there are plenty of them out there that are just no count. I have had replica K rations. I've had replica German rations. I've had German World War II rations. I've had replica C rations. There's a fella that is on eBay. I think he's still on there. I have one right here I can show you. We'll look at that here in a second. He was doing pre-1972 replicas of C rations, and he was taking cans, actual C ration cans, opening them up with the type of can opener that I've been using, the one that you can pop the lids off like this, and then that you can pretty much put them right back on, and they more or less seal themselves. But he was refilling the cans with crackers, doing the peanut butter cans. He did I think he did some jelly cans, but they're really well done, and and they're fully edible. They're ready, like they're new food. They're ready to eat. He does use shelf stable stuff in it, like can't remember what the main was in the one that I had. I think he slid like a can of like beefaroni or something along, ravioli, something like that. You know, the little Chef Boyardee, the little dollar with the plastic lids that are microwavable. You open it like a can of soup, and then put that plastic lid back on it and microwave it. I think that's what he had in there as the main. I cannot remember 100%. It's been a good while since we checked that out. But there are some really good examples of replicas out there, and then there's also some really bad reproductions, replicas, whatever you want to call them, that are not even really worthy of being called a replica or a reproduction. They're just a poor attempt. I don't know how much money someone could make off of something like that. There was a company like 5 to 7 years ago that was doing extremely good. And when I say extremely good, I mean good enough that they could fool me and Steve both. They were doing reproductions that were spot on. I mean, and they were aging them to look a little bit older, like they'd been around. And it was that, yeah, you could get stuck with one, is what I'm trying to say. So again, thanks for the super chat, and good question, by the way. Like that's a good little topic to talk about, because it's not something that comes up very often, and it is definitely part of our world. It's part of the ration world. It's part of the MRE world. There are audiences, and there are customers for these replicas, especially guys that get into doing like the reenactments and stuff. Used to be, back whenever I was a kid, The only type of reenactment that you would ever see that I knew of at that time, which is back in like the 80s, early 90s, was Civil War reenactments. I grew up in an area where the Civil War, there were battles that went through here. The Underground Railroad ran right through where I lived at in Galplis, and they do Underground Railroad tours. And there's still houses that have like the what do they call them, Eagle's Nest, or like the lookouts that were built specifically for being in the middle of a war, being able to have somebody up there keeping an eye out. And it's right on the river as well. But so yeah, it's an area with a lot of history, good and bad. And when I was little, our teacher, Mr. Ashley, was his name. I remember he had a skin condition and he could not use deodorant or anything like that. And he always had a unique smell. I'll be kind, because he was a nice guy. He was a good history teacher, and he would take us. He would walk us from the school over to the city park in Galplis, which has a memorial there, and they would do Civil War reenactments there. And he was hardcore into those reenactments back then, and he would take us over there and walk us through the camps and show us food and the weapons and everything. It was cool. Had a teacher in school that made us hardtack, like actual Civil War hardtack, and she would give us some of it to eat whenever we were studying about Civil War. That's cool. That is cool. that was probably my first experience with Civil War hardtack, was with them. And they would hand it out. But what I will say is it wasn't really like what I now know that Civil War hardtack was like. Of course, there are going to be a wide variety of variations in density, I would have to assume, but I think typically hardtack was made a lot more dense than the stuff that they would kind of reproduce for the reenactments, because the original stuff, it'll like break your teeth. You've got to soak it to soften it up to be able to eat it, in my personal opinion. I mean, you can gnaw on it. I've done it. You can gnaw on it and like kind of break it down slowly with saliva and chewing on it. But I mean, it's hard stuff. This is stuff they didn't even put into boxes a lot of the times. They would just pile it up in big piles in the middle of rooms on top of dirt floors and expect guys to eat that stuff. It would get worms in it, and the guys it was so bad that some of the guys would take like the little grub worms and eat them instead of eating the hardtack. Like, that's how bad it was. Yes, salt does go a long way. A little bit of salt goes a long way for preservation, if that's what you're talking about. Phoenix, I wish. I actually haven't talked to anybody officially about it in a long time, because back when we were still talking about it, it was still pandemic stuff, which really it wasn't. But that they, if you're not in that loop of what's going on with production and film crews and stuff like that, you'd never really know it just by watching TV. But if you look, a lot of the stuff in early 2022 was stuff that, well, I mean, even late, let's be honest, it was late 2022. I don't know what I'm talking about. Mid to late 2022 was stuff that, so like the production company that did the filming for our show also does like 90 Day Fiance, and they had hits like Man vs. Food and like Doomsday Preppers. They did that. But currently 90 Day Fiance is their cash cow. That's the one that is, well, it was bringing them home the bacon. But they have had huge shows over the years. But they stopped filming in March. Yeah, I think right before I came home from New York. So it might have been like late February, early March. It seems like that's about the timeline. And they sent everybody home from the offices, all the editors, everybody. And that was it until I think they let them start coming back into the offices. Um, they told the last time I talked to somebody, I think it was like April of 2022. So we're only like a year from them coming back into the office. They literally sent everyone home and made them stay there. The only new content that they were producing, I guess you could say they were producing new content, was stuff that they sent people little handheld cameras, camcorders, whatever, and it was self-filmed stuff, and that's all they had. With 90 Day Fiance, they had to keep that show going, but it was something that the people involved in it could film themselves. They just set the camera up on a tripod, sit down in front of it, or carry it around, or stand in front of a mirror, whatever. They did all that. So that's how they kept that one going. But I haven't really worried about kind of pursuing it, because I've got so much other stuff going on right now that I need to make happen. Like I mentioned in the very beginning, like I need to figure out the house situation, and I'm really putting everything that I've got more or less into getting a business going. Something that it doesn't have to be completely passive or anything, but something that isn't going to take up all my time, so I can still do this and have a business going on the side. What show is it? Oh, hey, Fernbark's here. Montemagnum's here. LC's here. James is here. Which LC? I mean, obviously, I'm just going through the list. Stanton's Shenanigans is here. That's a new name to me. And Iris Sakura is also new to me. Matt of this and that with Matt has beer. Matt has beer. Matt of this and that. I don't know what that is. Yeah, if it's a Facebook thing, if that's what he was talking about down there, I don't have Facebook. So I have been able to avoid that. I just recently, probably not quite 2 weeks ago, week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I downloaded Twitter and created an account for whatever reason. I mean, honestly, I don't really know why I did it. There was something that someone said, the president or something, and they were like, you need to go on Twitter and look at the thread, and I was like, oh man. And I Googled it and I couldn't find it, so I was like, all right, I'll just download it. And I downloaded it and created an account, and that's how that happened. So, and I have an Instagram, but I don't use it. I started, well, they didn't make me do it, but they really wanted me to do it for the TV show. So I did it. And I mean, I didn't use it to the best of my abilities or to my advantage like I should have, could have, and would have had I realized that it would have been a lot, there would have been a lot of benefit to it. Same with, probably doing Facebook. I just don't trust Facebook at all. No further than I could throw Mark Zuckerberg is how much I trust Facebook. Which, I mean, I might be able to throw him a good little ways, but, I still don't trust him. How far up did I get back? CT says, if CT drives here, I will buy him all the beer he can drink. Your old pal Fernbark says this is the first time I've ever heard of 90 Day Fiance. Well, you living under a rock, because I don't know. I know about it because there was a lot of people where I worked with that production crew in place that talked about it because they were involved in it in certain aspects, and I don't know that I'm sure that's not the only reason I'd heard of it though, because I've seen clip shows pop up on YouTube. I heard my old lady talk about it a couple times. She doesn't watch it though. Neither one of us do. It's kind of a let me just say this: it's not my type of thing. I'll be kind and say it's really not up my alley of anything that I have any type of interest in, or I see any benefit in. Usually, if I'm consuming any type of content I'm trying to learn, that's really mainly what I do with content. And there will be times I'll be like, man, I just want to laugh at something, and I'll find something that's funny. And I like watching the paranormal stuff because there's actually some pretty good stuff out there, and a lot of it you can tell like they're doing it for the entertainment value of it, and they do a really good job with it. Sometimes it's hard to tell what's going on there. That's the ones I like. Like, I wonder if they're creating all this. But I will say this: every clip can't be fake. You know what I mean? That would be way too many people good at faking things like that, which is not easy to do. Alright, let's see if I put enough tea in this. What did Dan say? Make a TV out of cast iron, and Fernbark might be interested, but that's still not certain. Cool. I don't know how yeah, you could drill a hole in it and have the antenna coming up, because I was thinking like internal antenna, the way everything now is. The signal wouldn't get through the cast iron, I doubt, unless you plug the cable right into it, but everything's wireless now. That's probably about the right dullness. This is the Polish drinks are meant to make a pretty massive amount of liquid, and I put about half the powder in this 8 ounces, and it's sweet. It's got that slight fruity flavor, but look, I don't know if you can see that. Let me, hang on. Look how viscous this stuff. Well, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like coating the inside of the bottle. I can see it in person, especially when I'm looking through that black background. But it's got some sort of a viscosity to it that is thicker than I thought it would be. Because usually when I have this stuff, I have it out of a cup, and I've never noticed it before. But in this bottle, I certainly notice it. All right, any good ideas on the other than the ones that we've already came up with? One last shot on the life raft rations. I still prefer this, even though it's like mega sweet. I feel like I should have put the marshmallows in it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like actually getting into, if I do the life raft thing, I'd like to do it in the actual correct era life raft, which would probably run up to like well, it would have to be from the 40s for it to be right. Well, I guess they switched rations over probably. I mean, it could probably run up to the mid 50s to early 60s maybe, because they kept these rations around for a long time. They kept them around for 15-20 years, and they just move them if they happen, which they usually didn't, but if they happen to switch out like the lifeboats, the life rafts, they would just take the rations out and switch them over. That happens, because usually that stuff is good for a long time. Now the general purpose stuff that we have now, I think I think it usually makes it about 10 years. From what I've known of people that have actually been there when they've been swapping it out, it typically 10 years. Now it can go 15 with the brand new stuff, like in the cardboard boxes, the survival general purpose, which is what they use now. It's what they put in planes and what they put in lifeboats. I don't have one handy, I don't think. Mm-mm. Okay. Put these back up real quick. This one first. You know what? I just put the wrong piece of bubble wrap on that like a dummy. I mean, these 3 rations right here they're pretty high up on my list of some of my favorite stuff. My other favorite item that I have was actually given to me by BTemple, and it is one of, if not the coolest item that I have in my possession at this moment. 1950, what year is that? 50, oh, I can't remember if it's 56, but it's also survival rations. It's the little individual canvas packs. And it also has the smokes in it. And that one also could be done in the same type of location. I mean, obviously I think they should be done in different locations. But same kind of concept. And I would love to do something special with that. I need to rebuild the audience a little bit by putting out some decent content, and then I can go ahead and film these, but put them out after I've released a few other videos of some older stuff. Go. I can't remember what year this gold one, roughly what era this is. I can't remember. I want to say it's 70s though. It's been a while since I did the research on it. Okay, let's see what else I got going on here. Let's do like a 10 more, 15 more minutes, something here. In the meantime, what did I just do with that? Let's I want one of these. I should have just left this open earlier. It almost smells as good as the day that I opened it. So good. And that's when I was able to leave the cellophane on the top. Actually did a pretty good job on this one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to open it. I have to pull that cellophane up a little bit. There we go. A little bit more. Not careful, I'll end up taking it off there. There we go. Got 3 left in there. What?
Happy birthday.
Thanks, buddy. Okay. 2 left. I'll probably keep these 2 in here and give this pack away. That's what I usually do with them. That way, whoever I give it to, whoever ends up with this, will have one to enjoy and then one that they can keep if they would like. Or they can, you know, indulge in both. Oh, man. That's not cool. Yep, there we go. Probably just give them this whole accessory packet. I'm sure the gum's in here too. Well, maybe I put that on the shelf because, yeah, it was different. I remember now. It's that weird pack of chiclets with that, excuse me, super weird font on it, like I hadn't seen before. Well, I don't know, it's just different. I'll show you guys what I mean real quick. Nope, ain't gonna be able to do it from here. Take this off. Right there. That one in the middle of your screen. That's what the normal ones look like. And that's a different one. There's some other ones. I mean, there's some subtle changes throughout. And I've got them. I've got so many packs of gum from different eras. It's not funny. I'll tell you what I haven't done is plug in. There we go. It's been a while since I had one of these Marlboros. I mean, it smells amazing. It does have the scent of the gum and the cardboard and the phosphorus from the matches. You smell it all. Like, it's a very complex scent. But I can taste it too. And it kind of has like a little bit of a menthol dry hit to it. Wow, that's harsh. Huh. Man, I taste that gum. Like, it's really, what was it? Peppermint? Peppermint. Huh. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's the peppermint's a little more pronounced. And it's definitely lingering. Like, it, even after I lit it, which usually after you light it, that goes away. Like, you don't experience the gum flavor really doesn't come through anymore. But sure did on the first hit on this one. and it's got a sweetness to it. Really, really nice, finely aged tobacco, though. Way better than anything you could get right now. I will say that. Smooth. That first hit was harsh. Like, I think it was paper. Got a lot of the paper. Because I did pack them a lot. All right. Huh. Yeah, I've got boxes stacked up. I don't even know half. I don't know half of what's in them. So let's flip the camera around. I will grab a quick box as I'm smoking this. What's this? I don't know if it's this one or if it's this one over here. One of these I had intended to send out to somebody, because all I did was take, you know, whatever it took to get one meal in a live stream out of it. And this one's heavier, so I'd say it's this one. Yeah, this has still got the biscuits in it. I love these things. I know that they get a bad rap. The British guys act like they're awful, but I'm here to tell you, they haven't had to eat a whole bunch of U.S. crackers. So I like them. I do kind of see how they would get old after a while, but the biscuits fruit, oh, man, I wish we could buy something like that here. There's nothing even close. I hear screaming frequently, but I usually know exactly who it is coming from. What? I love the ghost shows. We have an old hospital here. It's haunted. Well, I highly encourage you guys. What is it called? Jane Chin Hospital. I used to live across the street. Sometimes. Oh, wow. Cool. Man, I don't know if you guys have seen that video. Well, if you're into this type of stuff, here, I'll flip the camera back around. There's a video of this crew that went in on Halloween last year or maybe a year before. It might have been 3 years ago. Might have been like right pre-COVID. Anyway, they went into this, it was like an abandoned mansion or something. And they were going to do like an overnight on Halloween. And as they were filming outside, they started like hearing stuff upstairs, and it was like really loud. Stuff like hitting the walls and like crazy noises. And they pan the camera up there, and there's like what looks like a bed frame or something, like all bending around and like hitting the window, and it was crazy. And the neighbors heard all this noise and came over to the film crew and were like, we hear crap like that all the time. It's like, I don't know if you guys were doing that or if it was just happening or whatever. It's a really good video, but it seems like that might have been some sort of ward or something along those lines. We used to have something called the Lake and Hospital about 12, 13 minutes from my house, right down the road here, downriver from me. And it was a extremely haunted old hospital that housed mentally ill people and all kinds of crazy stuff. Now there's a medical facility down there that takes care of the women's prison, and Martha Stewart was in there when they first built it, like however long ago that's been, a long time ago. They transferred her out, but she has stayed in West Virginia. Um, and then I remember, I don't know if you guys know who Jessica White is. His sister was in there during the filming of The Wild Wonderful Whites of West Virginia. It's a Johnny Knoxville movie that he made. It's a Dick House production or whatever. Jeff Tremaine. Anyway, that's a crazy, stupid movie about, more or less, about how they're addicted to drugs and stupid rednecks. Really makes West Virginia kind of look bad because they. I mean, he had been in and out of C-list celebrity status, I would say, from the 80s. I think it was the 80s when he first kind of got popular with Jessica White. And the Dancing Outlaw, his dad was a big, I don't know, he danced to like bluegrass music. But anyway, what I was going to say a few minutes ago was I highly encourage anybody watching this or anybody curious about, maybe you're curious about my area here. And there's a lot that you can find on the internet and online about like written history about my particular area, because I live where the Mothman thing is. Like literally it's 15 minutes, 15, maybe 17 minutes. I can be out in TNT where the first sighting happened. There's not like anything here that has capitalized on that. There is a Mothman museum down in Point Pleasant that I just found out today that they're charging $25 just to walk in the door now, which is the wrong approach. I mean, in my personal opinion, you want as many people to come in there as you can, and he's selling merchandise in there. Like, you're going to charge someone $25 to get in the door and then sell them your crap? Like, no, that's not how that needs to work, dude. Anyway, it's that Jeff Walmsley guy. But anyway, my area's way more interesting than the Mothman crap. And I didn't know a lot of this stuff until I started researching. I don't know, I'd say it was like 2-3 years ago. And I have had multiple UFO experiences, whatever. And I was looking at, like, I think I was just looking for haunted buildings or haunted places in my area. And I didn't really think much of it because gabeRILLA, was coming in town, and I was like, man, maybe I could take him somewhere. We can do something with a haunted building or something. And I started reading, and I really got into the reading part of it and about the Native American history that they have transferred over to the online. Now, you can read it online. Some of it is old written history, and some of it was passed down verbally and written down. But man, it's super interesting. You find out that they refused to settle here. They would not live here, which is very odd because we have an unlimited water supply from the Ohio River and the Kanawha River. They meet right here in this county, right down the road here in Point Pleasant. The Kanawha River comes down and dumps into the Ohio right there at Point Pleasant. So this is and the soil here is amazing. Like, it's really, really good soil, but they refused to settle here or farm here. The only thing that they would do was pass through. So from what I read, and I read this in a few different, I guess, articles or online testimonies, whatever it was. I just read up on some of the history. They, according to the Native Americans, and this goes back hundreds of years, this area is where the sky people, this is what it said, the sky people would visit and the dead would walk at night. That's what they said. Now, with that being said, with everything that I've experienced myself and seen, like, I wouldn't refute that at all. I would say they got it spot on. Now, as far as like the dead walking, I've had experiences here that were unexplainable, questionable. And there is a little bit of a dark history in my home here. I've been in this house right at 15 years. It would be August is whenever I started working on this place. It'd be 15 years August, because it was about I worked on this place, I think, about 3 months before I moved in it. It was at least a couple months, it seems like. So it might have been September. But we were definitely in here for Thanksgiving of 2009. But yeah, I've had some experiences here. I hear you, Spicy. I hear you. But this thing right here, I intend to give away to someone who wants / needs it. Hey, look at that. There's a pretty full Tabasco. But this one, nope, that's not the one. I don't know what I did with that one. It was like super full. Huh. I don't know. Got to show that lighter off again too. Look at that. My favorite brand now. I was a Marlboro guy for many years. Look at the back of it though. Bling. Super bling. I want to get that thing functional. That would be doing it justice, I feel like. But yeah, there's mains. There's the dessert still in there, I think. Let's see. Chicken, sausage, and basil and tomato sauce. Then you got tomato and basil soup. Then you got sticky toffee pudding, which is one of the ones that everybody wants. The untouched brew kit, I believe. I might have took the coffee out of there. I don't know. Tutti Frutti. Cola flavored. I hate that stuff. There's a big peanut butter. And these amazing biscuit browns. But yeah, that needs to go to someone. That might end up going up to LC. If she thinks she'd eat that. Or the kids. Either or. I don't know what's in this, guys. I have no clue. Looks like I used it for some storage. Okay, we got Arizona chili with beans. I've actually never had that from Minotaur. It's freeze-dried. I wouldn't mind trying it. Here, meat sticks and rice. We got some British stuff up in here. We got tuna and light mayo, that's like the way I prefer it. And it's not fat-free mayo. We got to get away from that fat-free mayo in ours. Oh, look at that. Hot chocolate mint flavored. Still pretty good. And a peanut butter. And some boiled sweets. Black currant flavor, I believe. Yep. There we go. Black currant flavor. Oh, I guess I took the Thai food tea out of there and just threw the package back in. There's the brew kit, whatever's left of it. Feels like I took some out of there. It's the chewing gum untouched, though. And the spork untouched. The best ration coffee that I have found to date is this Dow Egberts. This stuff is amazing. Really, the best instant coffee outside of going back to first era coffee instant type 1. This right here, I mean, it rivals that, I would say. I mean, this is better in certain ways. I think coffee instant and coffee instant type 1 is an acquired flavor, and coffee instant type 2. But this has a lot of really redeeming factors about it. It's just such a good coffee. So, it's been a long time since I've had some, actually. Hey, look, there's another boiled sweet. A bunch of loose ones up down in there. And there's a huge alcohol-free antibacterial wipes. Oh, half of like a tropical flavored powder drink. Cola flavored. Yep, can't stand that one. Hey, there's the sesame seed bars. You want to rip your teeth out? Try taking a bite of one of them. Legit, it will rip your teeth out. I'm not exaggerating. Those things are dangerous. And, yeah, classic butt ration. It even says classic right on it. Classic butt ration. Super soft. Put these boiled sweets back in here. Yeah, I could give a lot of this stuff away. I don't need it. I mean, this isn't really a... I mean, it's a full meal, I would say. Tuna, there's no crackers or anything. I could get a pack of crackers and throw in there, though. And this, I would actually like to try this. Red beans, tomato, chili pepper, onion, sugar, salt, modified cornstarch, spice, green bell peppers, garlic, citric acid, calcium, natural flavors. Yep, I would like to try that. I have to remember that's in there. Try to remember it's in there. So there those are. Let's see what else I got over here. Okay. This originally was a Dub C box. Oh, this was that breakfast. I remember this. A couple things left over in there. The deck of cards. With the cool little holder on it. I like that thing. Pretty cool. And some lifesavers. Oh, forgot about even putting that in there. Old style lager. Look at that. Yeah. Yum. That's where it was laying on its side right there. It's all... Oh, it's joining back into the bottle. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Looks like it's still carbonated, though. Huh. That should be an interesting one to consume. This one's super old, if I remember right. 1950. 1950. That is a year on the bottom of that one. Old style lager. That's the name of it. Just old style lager. What's that say? Heilmann's Old Style Lager. So I guess it's Heilmann's. Cool. Cool. And looks like I got a chocolate nut roll in here too. I have no idea where that came from. No idea. Oh yeah, 1970. Cool. I have one that's wrapped up like really crazy that Shocker sent me. That is supposed to be fully, perfectly, 100% edible. And I have never had what I would call a good chocolate nut roll. I've had a couple that I could eat, but nothing that was what I would call good. Alright, what else we got over here? What is that? Oh. I can't remember who sent this. But these things would make a video unto themselves. This beer. That goes along with this candy. Nut Goody. And two of those. Nope, this one's different. And I've got an MRE in here that's busted open. That goes with that, the salted nut roll, which is a Pearson's. Yeah, Pearson's. 10 whiskers. 10 whiskers. Huh. Yeah, I've got a chicken stew here. It came like this. I remember the bag busted open. I'm pretty sure everything's in there too. Can't remember if it's all there. It might be missing something. I need to eat that on a live stream, I think. Wouldn't really be proper for a review since it's open already, but if I do something that's open already, it's got to be something that's super old or super rare. What else we got down here? Minotaur stuff. An accessory packet. Yeah, nothing really. Nothing worth looking at. Alright, let's keep going here. Doing a good job. Giving me an idea of the stuff that I've got here anyway. Alright. Oh shoot. Forgot that British box. Oh, stacking stuff back up over here out of the way. There we go. Goes there. Goes there. This goes here. Alright. Here's my bag of flameless ration heaters that I've saved up over, I'd say like the last 2 to 3 months. That's all. The longer I've been putting them in there. I had a couple, I think, that I threw in here before I started. But it looks like there's, I don't know, 15 or so, 20 in there. I probably put 3 or 4 in there before we started, so. Alright, what's this? Huh. I forgot about Dan sending that. The black currant drink. And he sent this other these made the trip all the way from Australia, the ginger beer. Australian, family owned. Craft brewed over 3 days. Super cool. I totally forgot about him sending that. Till just now. What else do we got here? Amazon box. I don't remember what this is. Huh. Oh. I forgot about buying these. Totally forgot about them. See, this is why I got to go through stuff. See, I already had one of these Canadian ones, but I didn't have the handles or the can opener that comes on it. Yeah, I had the exact one, 1959, everything. I mean, I still have it. And then there's our, should be all meat in here. And then over here is the big one. Yeah. March 1969. Part 1. Part 2. I wanted these things for so freaking long. These do not match, by the way. This is a 1963, and this is a 69. There are the keys intact on the back. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's been, you know, handled for sure. It's got some scuffy duffs, but everything feels nice and loose on the inside. Thunderdome. That just made me think of that. I saw something about Elon Musk and Zuckerberg fighting, like actually going to fight or something. I don't know if it'll happen, but boy, oh boy. You talk about the best pay-per-view ever. I'd love to see those guys actually go at it. That'd be funny. Both of them. Although, if that does happen, I'm going to be more wondering, like, what are they trying to distract us from? All right. Yeah, I really don't know why I tried so hard to get this one, because, I mean, I already had one, first of all, but second of all, like, the handles and the can opener aren't really going to do that much for me. But to get a proper review, really, I wanted to have the handles and stuff. And this, I cannot wait to try this, because I've never had that freeze-dried or dried meat, those meat bars, whatever they are. I've never had those before. I've never got to try them. And this is the only way you can do that I know of. I can't think of any other way that that meat was available other than maybe, no, I can't think of any other way. Can't think of anything else that it was in. Can't remember if that's how those were or not. Oh, they barely fit in there. Yep, can't believe I forgot about having those. What else we got here? We got another Amazon box. Looks very similar to the one I just had. Oh, this is what I bought off of Salty Croc Collectibles. It's the sock ration. Super, super rare. That was a very expensive little ration for no bigger than what it is. And it's very well packed. I mean, perfectly fits in that box. I want to say I gave like $3.50 for that. I can't remember. I don't know what I gave for it. Oh, forgot about that too. Super weird trail pack. Star Food Processing Incorporated. San Antonio, Texas. Looks like it's got spaghetti with meat sauce, bread. So it should have one of those loaves of bread in it. The apple cobbler. I just wonder what year this thing is. Really. Can't believe they didn't print a year on it. But it was made to hang on shelves. As you can see, there's a hole poked in it to hang on like a store shelf. What else is in here after? That's it. Spaghetti, bread, and apple cobbler. That's it. There's no way that's all that's in here. No freaking way. Spaghetti, bread. That's all that's listed. Man, if that's all that's in here, then they're going to be weird, because this thing's heavy, and it sure feels like it's got more than that in it. It'd be cool to see. It'd be an interesting one. Yeah, spicy tuna, you would think so, but yeah, I mean, I would say it's probably somewhere up in the, it could be 2000s, actually. Late 90s, 2000s, somewhere along in there. Oh, yeah, the gum. Forgot about buying this gum, too. Some really good examples here of vintage packs. I think one's 1940s or 30s. Might be 30s. That one might be the 30s. And then that one might be 40s. I can't remember what years these are either, but I'm sure there's ways to find out. Really cool. 6 pieces in that. 6 bars. Probably 6 bars in that one too. Might be 5 though. Doesn't say. Huh. I'll be daggone. Yep. Totally forgot about that. Oh, that can right there is a cool one too. This Red Kettle. Actually got to have a can of this on the TV show. We went all the way up to Michigan with a elderly couple that had been collecting Campbell's memorabilia, food, I mean everything. Dolls, like these charity dolls that Campbell's did or does. Maybe they still do them. They had their entire house, legit, if you guys can pull it up on the TV show and see it. But their entire house was Campbell's, legit. It was a sight to behold, that's for sure. All right, I'm going to stop right there. I got 2 more rows of boxes that I could go through, but okay, flippy camera. I'm going to have a smoke, and then I'm going to sign out because I've already went longer than what I planned on. I am hungry, but I can't eat. Gonna be having one of these Atlases though. Whew. Man, they smell like Copenhagen. Look, like, I have never encountered a cigarette that smells straight up like strong snuff. If you guys have ever smelled Copenhagen before, like, it is a very distinct smell, and it's very strong, and so is this. That's weird, because I don't remember it being that way the first time. First one I had seems like it was different. Alright, that's the Lucky Sig. Yeah. Yeah, if you're careful with these vintage packs, after you get done with them, you can pretty much put them back together to where they look like they've never been opened, and they make great displays after, after you get to enjoy them. Pretty cool. I wonder what that MS stands for on there. Right here, next to this lion, there's an MS on a shield. I assume it's got something to do with the company, but I don't see anything on there. And these, this cigarette's about 20 years younger than the one I had earlier. The one I had earlier was 67 or 70. I don't know. Can't remember what case it came out of. But these, we think, could possibly be 1990. Not real sure, though, because that could just be a part of a code number on there. But, I mean, it does say 1990, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a date. I'll show you guys what I mean. And for anybody who hasn't seen it. Right there. I guess it could be December 29th, 1990. Because, I mean, it does kind of look like it's set up like a date. Huh. So, 4 days after Christmas in 1990. It's before my sister was even born. She was born in 92, October of 92. But that would put these at being, what, 32 years old? Yeah. December 29th of this year, they would be 33 years old. It doesn't taste anything like it smells. It does not taste like Copenhagen. And it's super smooth. Super smooth. Which tells me this is probably, well, I would think that it would have been a higher quality tobacco for as smooth as it is, and also for how easily it goes down. Like, and it's a strong nicotine content. It's like Malta Magnum, or maybe someone else named John, has taken off. If I lived by Smokey, I wouldn't count an inventory. Oh, I would count an inventory. Yeah, well, I need to do that bad. Like, I need to go through everything that I have. Because, honestly, my organization isn't that great because I haven't had anywhere to put it, organize it, and like have a space to put it somewhere. I have certainly enough to fill a, I don't know, 15 by 15 room of pretty decent display areas, I would think. But if I do start a restaurant, which is a possibility, I would probably use a lot of the stuff that I have. I would need to acquire some things, like some vintage cereals. What else? Maybe like any vintage box dinners, mac and cheese, like the old meatball meals that they used to do. They used to do like a casserole. They did one of those box dinners. What else? I'd like to find some old Tootsie Rolls. Not easy to find, actually. The one that we had on the show, we were lucky to have. They're not common to find. And that thing ended up being perfect. Like, it was a little hard to start with, but it softened right up, and the flavor was better. I would say slightly better than a new one, but still tasted exactly like a Tootsie Roll, even though it was, I think it was from 1951. It's been a while since I've looked at that, but it was, I'm pretty sure it was 50s, early 50s. They had one in the, they have a little museum at Mars, and they have vintage Tootsie Rolls, and we, like, whenever I was doing the research on it, like, there was pictures of, I can't remember what her name was. She was in the area where all their old food was at, and they have old food in there. May's not here, but she says happy birthday and hi. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, LC, for the super chat and the birthday wishes from May. I appreciate it. Thank you. Try it again, Daniel. Reset the phone. What's up? What, CT, you had to text me? Wait, what happened? Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, last week I timed him out for 5 minutes by accident because my phone was doing ghost touches. Let me check here. Hang on. I'll tell you what. Let's see if I can't fix this right now. Because that ain't cool. Let me go into the log. No. I think I'd have to go to last week's. I've got to go find him. Maybe I need to find his exact YouTube channel. And I spell it. It's Daniel, right? Hertzler. It's not Daniel John, right? Or is it? Hang on, let me see. H-E-R-T Z-L-E-R, okay. That's not going to be easy to find. Yeah, it's not going to, because he probably doesn't have any content, which is, I mean, obviously that's fine. It's just not popping up. So let me do this. All right. You know what? Let me Google it real quick. Let's see. New and improved unmute button on live stream page. Yeah, I've got to be able to fix that. Let me go to last week's live stream real quick. Okay.
Do more on the new Samsung Galaxy S23 series.
Okay. I'll wait on this ad. Guess I'll return your birthday gift. I prefer new Spitty, no offense, old Smitty. Yes, I can snag it out of the comments section. Yeah. And I should be able to live chat. Let's see. Don't tell me it just is not going to show up at all. I remember when it happened. Let's see. Yeah, I feel bad about that. I mean, obviously, I did not at all, ever would I have intended to do something like that. Huh. Yeah, he's not showing up here at all. I think he was here for most of, if not all of that live stream. Cliff, Tim. All right. Um. Yep. All right. So hang on. Top chat, live chat. That is not making a difference. How do I fix this? Let me go to my current live stream. See if maybe I can do something. Nope. Go into it. Alright. Fan funding, super chats, super stickers, channel memberships. Oh, that's cool. I can go and check my super chats. That's good. Settings. Nope. Not there. Go to live chat. What the heck? I have no idea how to fix this. I might have to go on a laptop somehow. Anyway, you can check if it's muted. Go to channel, pin message. Wait, did he leave a comment? Let me go into my YouTube studio thing. If he left a comment, maybe I can get there that way. I don't have time to... What the heck just happened? Dashboard. Okay. Latest comments. I'm not seeing Daniel's comment if he left one on your community post from earlier. Renee. Yeah, I see that. I mean, I can see the, I don't know. Held for review. Nope. Dang it. Nope. Settings, privacy blocked. Okay, got it. Going there right now. Settings. Comment notifications. Alright, I need to go back into YouTube. Alright, settings. Where's settings? Where the heck? Oh, it's up here. Alright. Settings. Privacy. Blocked contacts. Here we go. We're getting there. What do I do after I get to blocked it said blocked contacts. Let's see, we got data and privacy, people and sharing. Maybe that's it. Contacts, contact info saved from interactions. Blocked. Here we go. Sweet. Blocked users. Okay. Huh. Some of these, I don't know how some of these got blocked. I mean, some of them might be years old, but I'm not seeing Daniel in the blocked users. I'm in blocked users, my Google account. See and manage the Google accounts that you have blocked. Blocking is supported on some but not all Google products. Would it be a different name in the blocked? Let's see. Let me go back out of here. Business. Search Google account. See help options. Send feedback. Payments and subscriptions. Security. Data and privacy. Let's see what that looks like. Things you've done and places you've been. Info you can share with others. Data, apps and services. Things you've done and places you've been. That's not it. Personal info. Privacy and personalization. Manage your data and privacy. See the data in your Google account and choose what activity is saved to personalize your Google experience. I'm showing up as Daniel John Hertzler 2665, which I've never seen before. Huh. Okay. No, I mean, there was nothing Daniel, though, is the thing. Let's see. There's security. Let's go to security. Any security tips? Recent security activity. Two-step. Your device. Skip password. Save email. Save passwords. Contact info from your device. Interactions. Blocked. Oh, really? So now my channel name has a number at the end. There's a Doug. It's the closest thing. I can't click into it, though. I can unblock it. I'll tell you what I could do is I could go through this list and unblock literally everyone. But Daniel John Hertzler, 2625. I don't even know where all these blocked names came from. It showed that I had like 38 blocked or 33 blocked. I have blocked some of those like stupid porn, that bots that pop up in the live streams that are enough to drive me crazy. But none of these names even look like anything like that. I mean, like Saxton, Wings of Wendy, Ergo Proxy, and then there's BBBBBBB, which that's probably one. Midnight Onyx, that's probably one. And then we got Shane and Angel Baby, that's probably one. Patricia 123. CT is repeating blocked offender. Oh, CT is a repeating blocked offender. I haven't said anything outrageous. Yeah. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think anybody's, no, not on my channel. They haven't. I've never seen anybody say anything. Well, which I don't watch the chat that much because I'm eating usually. I'm about to just start unblocking because worst case scenario, I'm just going to do it. There's no unblock all. All right, except for the ones that I think are those ones. Wait. Have more showed up? Let me go back out here. Now it's saying 38. Huh. Yeah, there's more names showing up here. Tim Stockton, Jeremy, Eugene Krabs. I think that was a bad one. So I just unblocked it. Tony T. I just went through these. All right. No contacts. Fresh. Now I've got 19 blocked. Nope. Still no Daniel. I don't remember blocking. It might not be blocked. It might be muted, maybe. Maybe that's what I've got to undo. Google ad settings. Manage your ad settings from your Google ad settings. Blocked contacts. Blocked contacts. And then it takes me to this off-site. Manage your data and privacy. Review security tips. Review suggestions. Search Google account. Why can't I search my YouTube account, though? What the heck? Huh. This is weird. Very weird. People and sharing. Security. Yeah, that's definitely not it. I ain't got a clue. I'm going to have to look into this. I've got to find a way to find the Daniel account, because I can't find it anywhere. I went back to that older video, and I know you should have been in the chat, and it wasn't there. Share, refresh. It's not cool. Home. Let's see what else we got here. About accessibility, captions, live chat. Potential inappropriate messages will be held for review in your chat. Okay. Connected apps, billing and payments, purchases and memberships, try new features, privacy. Same thing. Yep. Okay, that's definitely not it. Alright. Manage all history. Watch on TV. Downloads. Video quality preferences. Autoplay. Data savings. General. Let's go to general. Picture in picture. Uploads. Voice search. Location. Restricted mode. This helps hide potential mature videos. No filters. 100% accurate. Enable stats for nerds. Double tap to seek. Playback and feeds. Remind me when it's my bedtime. Remind me to take a break. Video quality preferences. Let me LC, I'm going to add you as a moderator. Can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live. Also capabilities of can review and remove chat messages and hide or put users in timeout. Huh. Block words and change chat modes in live. Alright, right here. CT. I'm going to make you a moderator too and see if you can do anything with it. But there's a bunch of stuff on there I couldn't read because it was like cut off. And LC, it won't let me, let me see if I can, let me search that. Get out of this, out of this. Okay, we're going to try the whole name this time. And that's how it's supposed to look, I think. D-A-N-I-E-L, okay. I-E-L, little j, J-O-H-N, D-A-N, I-E-L, J-O-H-N, okay. A-L-E-R 2665. 2665. Search. None of those are right, I'll bet. Here, let me flip it around here. There's what popped up. None of those are right. Are they? Let me go down here. Smitty. Bye, Smitty. That's funny. And James says I searched that name and got nothing. Okay, so it's not just me. Let's see. I'm going through these other ones that are down here. Like, it's like your account's gone, man. Like, it's really weird. I should at least, even if you have 0 subscribers, I should still be able to search it and find it, especially if I have it typed in exactly correctly. And I typed in exactly what LC had. Yeah. DANIEL JOHNHERTZLER. Right? Hertzler. Let me double check. HERTZLER. Right there's what I got typed in. Oh. Sorry. Right there's what I got typed in. And I'm not getting nothing. Renee says, when I tried to send a super chat, it says unable to send. Huh. End is near. LC's a mod. Did you get it? You think, CT? James says I hit search by name and nothing. Yeah, that's what I've done too. I've done it both ways, just by channel and by name. Dan Daniels. Daniel Bryan. This is just a bunch of weirdness. What am I looking at here? What is that? Oh, okay. So now I'm into some weird stuff down here. Yeah, Daniel, I don't think it's me. I mean, I can't erase your channel. There's no way. I can mute you, which I do think might have accidentally happened, but it also might have not accidentally happened because it's looking like something else has happened. Smitty, just make sure you can still chat. Checked on my channel for John, and I don't see it. So it's like you've been erased from all the chats that you've been in. I will go back further. Let me just try that really quick, because I only went back to last week's, and let's see. I can't remember if you were there for the Memorial Day one. I think. Let's see. That would have been more or less a month ago. Let me go to that one. Stupid ad. I don't even get paid for this crap. They just run ads on my channel. Alright, live chat. Here we go. Skip ahead. Alright, Daniel, where are you at? Nothing. Super weird. Daniel. There's Nation MRE Finds, Tim, Riley, LC, Cliff, there's John. There's I'm into pain. Mike Kreischer. John Petruna. I'm not seeing not one thing from Daniel. Go way ahead again. There's Howard Lucan. But maybe, Daniel, you might not have made it to this live stream. So maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree here. So let me go back even further. Let's go to 2 months ago. Let's try that. Oh, you got to make videos. I don't make the rules. I think YouTube did you dirty, John, and took away all your subs.